If you've ever wondered if your struggle can really become your superpower, then I want to share this with you today. If we haven't met yet, my name is Nicole Hernandez, and I am the Traveling Hypnotist. I'm a resident healer at the Four Seasons Hotel, New York, downtown. And today, I wanted to show you this. I was featured in Alexa, which is a segment of the New York Post, and they're talking all about the wellness issue, is all about things to do in New York City and the top kind of facilitators in the industry. So I was mentioned as one of two hypnotists in the New York City area that specialize in helping executives that are completely burned out and stressed out. And, I have to share this with you because it was something that I never really thought would have happened years ago if you had asked me about this. And so here's the article just so you can see it. You can certainly go online and find it there at the New York Post. Dazed and Renewed is what it's called. Great title, I think. But here's the thing. Before I became a hypnotherapist or a hypnotist, I was a stressed out executive just like my client. I was a VP working in public relations, and I really thought that it was the environment that was the whole soul of the problem. And like many people in my position, I was taking anxiety medication on the side, using that to just kind of surfacely cover up what I was experiencing. And so I thought maybe that I needed to change careers. And so I decided to become an entrepreneur and pursue consulting instead of working for a company. I really thought that was the answer until I realized that as I was bringing on my own clients, my anxiety actually got worse because now the responsibility was 10 times that, not only to deal with the financials, but everything else. And this really had me confront my anxiety because I had no choice. I was dealing with panic attacks. I was started to lose my hair. I had what was called stress-induced alopecia, and I also couldn't eat. I had gastritis, which is kind of an inflamed belly or an inflamed intestinal tract, and I got to a point where I couldn't eat food. And so I was essentially sick, from all of these thoughts that were just in my head. And isn't that crazy when you really think about it, how our thoughts can really manifest as symptoms, as sickness, as illness in our bodies. And it wasn't until somebody had, mentioned to me that they had seen a hypnotist for anxiety that I thought maybe I would consider it at this point. And when that person had originally mentioned it, I completely dismissed it. But I was desperate. And I had already tried therapy, and I was obviously already on Xanax and already doing all these other things to try to help me with anxiety. And so it was kind of the last resort for me, honestly. But I went onto YouTube, used some of the guided hypnosis for my stomach pain, found that helped me, started to do private sessions, and then went into training. And it was actually in the training of working one-on-one and going deeper into some of the symptoms I was experiencing that I got to the root cause of all of this. And we'll save that for another time because I want to keep this relatively short. But if I hadn't have gone through all of that struggle, then I wouldn't have found my soul work as a hypnotist. And so I wanted to share that with you because there's so many people that are stressed out, frustrated, overwhelmed, that are dealing with, parents that are sick and their children at the same time. They're in that sandwich generation. There's just so much happening right now in our world. And my wish for you is that one day you will be able to look back on this time and to see all the wisdom that you gained and how you overcame that struggle. And whether that becomes a strength that you can now own for yourself, a resource that you can use to show yourself that you can move through anything, or whether it becomes the kind of catalyst for your own soul work. I hope that you get to have this same experience, and I just want you to know that it's also possible for you. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I'll be sharing more with you in the upcoming days and weeks, little techniques you can use, some guided hypnosis that you can try, all for free. I want to really demystify hypnosis and make it accessible and available for people so that they can get the help that they really need. Now, I want to just give out some shout outs really quickly to a few people that really have helped me in my journey. So I want to thank my parents, my past clients, my current clients, and I want to thank all the people that have supported me along this journey in so many different ways and in ways that they may not even know that they have helped. So yeah, thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you soon.